Okay, we're recording. Welcome, everybody. My name's Tammy. I'm here with my fearless crew. I'm doing this Zoom, the special Zoom here tonight. We have a special guest. We're going to go over the presentation. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about me. I'm not going to bore you. I was just saying before the recording that I've been self-employed for 35 years. If I can get this straight, I've been doing Zooms ever since they launched the Zoom platform. And a couple weeks ago, we tried another platform and I just didn't like it. It was too slow. So we switched back and now we're here back on Zoom so that we make sure we get all this information to you. So again, my name's Tammy. I am the co-founder of Get Fearless Freedom. I launched this in 2019. There was a reason why I needed sales funnels, okay, as an affiliate marketer, internet marketer. By the way, there's a difference between an internet marketer and a network marketer. I just want everybody to know, okay? I don't do onesies and twosies. I do massive lead generation. Okay, this is how we're always able to blow out these Zooms and have a huge crowd, right? Because we get people to open up emails, right? We're email collectors. So anyway, I've been teaching and training people for 12 years online on how to make money. I'm in the money making niche, right? So I've taught over, gosh, now I think it's over 4,000 people. I've taught how to market online. I launched one of the first products, you might have heard of it, Fearless Mama, that had about 3,500 members, but it wasn't mine. It was not my company. So I did a big boo-boo. Yes, we all make mistakes. So what I decided in 2019 was to have my own company, to have my own system, and that's what we have here. So it is not a network marketing. It's not MLM, nothing like that. It's member to member, direct marketing. And so what we do is we have sales funnels. Rob's going to show everybody tonight what level there is. And then we're launching an inner circle, which means anyone at the supreme level, okay, and you're going to want to get back to the person that invited you here, but anyone at the supreme level is going to have access to what we have, and Brad's going to cover that tonight. So somewhere, someone has it unmuted. I can hear it. It's a little crickle in my ear. I hear it. Someone's unmuted. If you can please stay muted for me, that would be amazing. Okay, so Rob is my son, and he's been working with me for, what is it, 7 years now, successfully. And he saw my hubby and I, actually, we owned Mexican restaurants. He was at the restaurants with us when we lived back in New York. So he's seen his dad and his mom, entrepreneurs for many years. Prior to that, we were New York State mortgage brokers for about 15 years, and then we bought and sold real estate. We flipped over 50 properties. In fact, Rob has successfully flipped properties as well with his dad. So now he does auctions with his dad. And we have actually implemented some of that information into Get Fearless Freedom, which is kind of cool, because when you look at an affiliate opportunity, you want more than just, like PLR products or just something that's not very useful in the back office, right? You want to be proud of what you own, right? So that's what we've done, is we've implemented that. So my son Robert here works with me full time, and you've probably seen he might be setting up some of the members and things like that. So anyway, he's I named him the affiliate manager a couple months ago anyway, and then we're going to have Brad speak. So Rob's going to go, Brad, and then you can pick up after.
Great.
All righty.
Awesome.
All right. Awesome. So go ahead there, Rob.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Thank you for being on. Appreciate the intro. And we have a really great guest on tonight, so keep tuned after I talk. Thank you for being on, everyone. Yeah, really exciting. It's starting, around my favorite time of the year. As soon as it passed Halloween and autumn and fall time, I'm like, all right, it's what's behind me. It's my favorite time ever of the year. So that's what we're having a really great theme tonight. Really exciting. It's going to be very vibrant and very awesome what we have to offer, and especially this new thing that we're offering at the end. This is like just awesome what he's got. So this is really cool, and it's a good collaboration we got going on. So let me get into presentation. All right, so hopefully again my Mac works here. So first off, I like to always make a joke, but totally true about this whole, let me just click one thing and make sure I'm fixing it.
I'll take care of the people coming in too.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Okay. You see that okay, Mom?
Yeah, I can actually.
There we go. Okay, awesome. So yeah, first things first, this
Now I
Zoom,
can't. It
you
wouldn't,
can.
it always disappears whenever you click the play. I'm not sure why. It doesn't
Oh,
on my MacBook
that's so
too,
odd.
isn't
So
it?
odd. Okay. Huh.
Okay.
Okay. So anyways, yeah, like I always like to cover, lightly, but I do like to cover it seriously. I have seen people on here where they're, distracted and then they're in their bathtub and drop the towel and it's not a pretty sight. So that's a joke, but it's literally the truth. I
It
want
happened.
everyone fully to pay attention tonight. So yeah, no squirrel, none of that. But what we have next is just an income earning disclaimer, just, very very basic, but everything that we are going to present and show you guys here tonight is totally based on your own efforts. So it is, totally not guaranteed, but it is what we have been seeing, what our team has been seeing, and how we've been able to duplicate that, but is totally responsible on your own actions. And everything that you see on here is as in compliance and everything. So I just want to get that away. Get Fearless Freedom. So this is a really cool thing. You guys came here tonight for Get Fearless Freedom. You also wanted to see the bonus in the end. So pretty cool. Get Fearless Freedom. It's for the non-tech, the non-techie pick and shovels and the tools for business owners of 2023. So the really cool thing about Get Fearless Freedom, excuse me, my voice, that I love about that. Excuse me, mom. Man, it's like I caught something. um, anyways, fortunes are made. The cool thing about Get Fearless Freedom is fortunes are made in selling the tools and traffic to online marketers. So what you see typically with programs out there is you'll see the flashy cash type of programs, make this, make that. But you don't really understand that with Get Fearless Freedom is that you can use it for any business. So we designed a very unique portal to sell Get Fearless Freedom as it is as well. And we have an amazing email portal. My mom's going to cover that in a bit towards the end. But we also train your members with the videos. We have an incredible training. You're going to see everything. But we have to really go back, and we have to go back to this guy right here. Now, I'm on a MacBook Pro. This is my, workflow. This is how I work. But I can only think and imagine the people, where we were at, just 30, 40 years ago, right? And so this is, Get Fearless Freedom has no affiliation. All copyright goes to Apple, everything, all rights reserved to them. But what I really like about this image right here is we've come a long way. And how can we automate our money tonight on this call? How can we take a system and plug and play with the person that you joined tonight? And how can you make your money work better for you? So when I started seeing things like, I'm looking out on the world and I'm seeing, and I'm overhearing people at Costco, Mom, I can't afford, we really can't afford that. And I just hear all these things. I see people, struggling in this world. And that is just crazy to me. You're born in this world and you have to pay your way through it. So how can we use our money, to automate our best interests? How can we actually get that freedom? So we have amazing converting ads out there. Okay. So we have for Get Fearless Freedom, this is just examples. While the economy is collapsing, there's a home-based business that's sweeping the internet, right? And so you're on this call because of ads like this, or you got emails like from my mother, and it works, okay? Or your sponsor, and that's via the portal that she sends out. So what's really amazing is we started looking at that, right? We started seeing things like this. We wanted to go back in time, and for me, I just love things back in time. I don't want to live in the past, but I look back and I'm like, wow, we've come a long way. But also, life was very simpler back then in many ways, right? But how can we make your money simple tonight? So bring it back 2023. The problem is you see a lot of things out there, right? There's no customer support, no commissions. You can't even make any money by reselling this stuff. The automation's not there, and the cost per funnel. So you start seeing all these amazing things online, and you're finding out it was only one funnel for one business. It costs, $300 to $400 per funnel, and you're like, wow, this is just crazy. I can't do that. So the other guys, you see takes 30 days to pay out commissions. There's no traffic resources. There's no transparent Zooms. You can't even attend a Zoom and even watch what's going on. So that's what we started to see. And we wanted to totally change and revolutionize the entire online home-based business. So we have incredible payout options. We'll get Fearless Freedom. We have completely unlimited, actually, depending on what you accept and how you want to accept it. Member to member, you make 100% commissions. There's 3 levels you're going to learn about, and there's no wait period. So based on the the provider that you like to use with your unlimited payouts, you don't have to worry about that, and it's really amazing. So you can definitely be creative how you want to accept payment. So get Fearless Freedom history. We go back 35 plus years, with my mother and my father being an entrepreneur. And I was born, I was very, very grateful when I was born, but I did see a lot of their stuff. See, being an entrepreneur, it's like, you see the movies, you see the flashy, cashy, the Lamborghinis, like you saw in the 7-minute video. But what you don't see is you don't see a lot of the family setting nowadays. You don't see the roots where it can help you as well and relate to you. So what we've done is we got with a programmer. He's awesome, humble guy. We've known him for a long, long, long time. And we decided back then, we're like, okay, how can we take my mother and my father's knowledge back all these years? How can we design it where people can plug in on a Zoom right after they get on a Zoom? They have a one-click funnel. They have an ability to make money immediately peer-to-peer, but still not have that weird flashy cashy, but actually have real products, stuff that works, right? And stuff that we bring to the community that works. So that's what's really cool. This is one moment, my computer here. Okay, there we go. Oops. Getting far ahead here. This is us as a family, and we're a very, very strong family unit. This is us below here in New York City. This was just years ago. This is up in Lake Mead, Las Vegas, Nevada. This is my mother and father. One of their favorite places. They were at the Bellagio in this picture. My mom and I right here, and then my 29th birthday as a family here at the bottom right. So yeah, we really, really strive on the ability to have people connect to our community, be able to build wealth and actually create the freedom and not just talk about it on a Zoom. It's where people are duplicating it as well. So these guys right here are our mascots. Okay. Believe it or not, they don't get along. I don't know what's up, but they don't get
No.
love dogs, love animals, love cats, love them all. But I don't know what it is, but you know what? They hold it together for GFF at least, right? So these are our mascots. Bella, our English bulldog. She is our baby to the left, middle, and you can see who takes up most of the photos. Not just kidding. We have Felix to the right. And actually, because of our business, he was actually able to get an operation this year. And it was able to afford it to keep him actually on this beautiful earth. So yes, that's our mascots, and we want to get to the 3 levels. So 3 levels is 3 levels. It's very, very easy. We have a $200, a $500, and a $1,000. All levels you can join at any time. So you can join when you join at 200, you want to upgrade, you pay the difference. Okay, so if it's a $200 level and you want to join $500 level, maybe later you get back with who invited you tonight. Boom, there you go, or the 500, etc., things like that. So it's very easy. You can upgrade at any time. And these levels are awesome. So you get the amazing capture pages that convert traffic, like how you got on here. You get video bridge page, branding pages like text and video and imagery, where you can actually create your own video in order to, introduce yourself, or however you guys have seen that before. And as well, you can make money by reselling it. So $200, boom, instant commission. You have the $500 level, which is really amazing, by the way. I want to get to that. Do want to speed things just slightly along, just because my mom, she knows, like, come on, we got to get to the meat and potatoes here. This is some good stuff at the end. But the middle here, what I really love is the $500 mastery. This one's very popular. You get the Craigslist autoresponder, And with the autoresponder, most people don't realize with Craigslist, it's a huge platform, very, very huge to post classified ads. And the visitors you get per month is insane. And the clicks. So this is an example of the follow-up auto response message. This is a incredible, incredible tool, and it's actually unlike anything out there. No one else has it because we built it custom from the ground up. And everything you're looking at is all custom from the ground up. And you'll actually like what we have offer at the end. You'll learn about that custom build software as well. So what's really cool here is a Craigslist, right? So the Craigslist is like, I'll post an ad, and once you get in, you'll see with the GFF community, you can post ads and not have to worry about posting on Facebook, Instagram. So we've given you another way to actually post some classified ads. It's pretty cool. So here's some examples, also included in the $500 level. This is honestly one of my favorite. I do like it. And if you apply it and you just go through the websites that we provide, and that this is where you can actually get merchandise and flip it like us, like just like Storage Wars. And you see all those different, TV shows out there, Pawn Stars, different stuff like that. You'll see with our level here, we actually, last year, this is one I definitely wanted to include, is our Renee Portocaro Cuban artist, and we flipped this for $7,000. We bought it at $1,200. That's a $5,800 profit we made on one painting. And that was a true painting that I'll never forget. I was at an auction again, and we flipped it, and I was like, oh, I was getting all excited, and the auctioneer was like, whoa, that guy over there is excited. And he kind of peeked over at my phone because we were walking around the room, and he saw that we were selling stuff too. So it's pretty funny. GFF can be used for any business. Very, very awesome with our capture pages that convert in high traffic. So you have people on social media commenting. You want to capture those leads and get them through your funnel. Pretty awesome. So we have the supreme level, and this level, of course, we are going to talk more, not on screen here, but more over, like my mom can explain it more. We have YouTube extensions as well. So we have at the top level a YouTube extension that literally is 1,000xing channels, like Mary Beth on this call, my mother, Brad. I mean, we have all these people that are really taking their YouTube channels and everyone else that they know of that they brought into GFF that they're doing as well. So it's pretty awesome. The 1,000 level. It literally, and just think about that, make $1,000, literally, boom, get a cash up, and you get that notification. People find the value and they want to work within the community. It's pretty awesome. So we cover this. The success is absolutely insane. We get literally emails every day, constantly, because we have a portal that actually shows us like, boom, congratulations, Brad made a sale. Boom, Vicky just made one. So Mary Beth, things like that. So Lori, like literally that's the stuff that we see, and it's really awesome, constant success. And bonuses tonight, we're gonna cover more, like Mom's gonna kind of cover more of that stuff. But this is my favorite part, and again, this is literally my favorite thing, is one more thing. This is where I'm going to give off the mic to Brad, and that, if anyone knows anything about a keynote, that's an Apple thing. The one more thing, I think he knows what I'm talking about, and so that's actually a really good.
He's smiling.
All right, so that's a very good thing there. We're kind of leading into. So one more thing, I'll leave it to him. All right, thanks guys for listening.
Thanks, Robert.
Most welcome.
Appreciate you.
Good job. This is my good friend, Brad. I am going to jump in and introduce him, though. You didn't think I'd get away with that, right? Or not be able to do this. Anyway, I do have to say that Brad, actually, I met him. Oh gosh, this is going to go way back. And I'm not going to get emotional tonight, but I've known Brad, and he's actually my first mentor online. I don't know if anyone knew that, but Brad is one of those guys. He just literally, I bought his book. I was like, all right, I got to figure this internet marketing thing out. And it was when I was really, really, really desperate. I was like, we just lost the homes to foreclosure. We just had a couple restaurants that we lost, and we were trying to bounce back. And I didn't know what I was going to do. Okay. I didn't know what I was going to do. The kids were, Brad, you probably don't even know some of this. the kids were going to school. They were going through some bullying. And I said, I am not going to go back to the workforce. I'm not going to have my kids go through school without having me at home. So I saw his ebook online, Traction Marketing, and I bought it, and I've been working with Brad, and I'm so grateful to be working with Brad again because he is my first mentor. He's the one I sat down and I said, I got to figure this out tonight. Okay, I got to figure out how do you get people to a lead capture page, to then a short video presentation, and then the follow-up. And it sunk. I was like, man, finally someone out there put it all together for me so that I could figure it out. Because you ever have that like last desperate, like, oh my God, something's got to work. I've spent money on online hypes and I've spent $80,000 on all this kind of baloney, right? And so when I finally came along found Brad and his book, I mean, I dove right in, and I've told this story before to some of my students, but I'm telling you, Brad, if you had not wrote that, I don't know what I'd be doing right now. I'd probably be
I appreciate that, Tammy.
What can I do in order to make money to stay home with my kids? So I've gone on for, to 7 figures because of Brad and people like Brad in my life. So when you find a mentor online, that makes sense and resonates with you, keep in touch with them. You know what I mean? And don't think that, oh gosh, because he's doing it this way, I should be doing it this way. No, you'll create your own style. You know what I mean? You'll create your own style and you'll become your own brand, and branding was one of the things I learned from you, Brad. So,
Yep.
Fearless Mama.
Something I stumbled on by accident in 2000 happened by accident. If it didn't happen, we probably wouldn't be talking here. We would have never met because I would have given up a long time ago.
Yeah.
So, but I really appreciate that intro. I appreciate you, our friendship.
So you're true.
Like a sister from another mister. And we have fun together. I'm also a GFF member for you guys that don't know me. I believe there's tremendous value here. So, my hat's off to what you and Rob and the rest of the team have put together. Your husband as well. And I'm really just honored to be here. That I don't get an opportunity to hop on a lot of Zooms like this. I'm pretty much a behind the scenes kind of guy. I'm an introvert with outgoing tendencies. So I do enjoy people. I love connecting with people. I love teaching and mentoring, but I'm more of a behind the scenes guy. So you won't find me, doing lives or things of that sort all the time.
Yes.
I much prefer more of an intimate type of setting like this. So I really appreciate you having me here.
That's going to be a blast. I'm so excited to hear.
Yeah, I'm excited about what I'm going to kind of share with everybody that's on this Zoom that maybe has never been introduced to this type of, let's say, passive income vehicle. So I'm going to share my screen here.
Okay.
Let me know if this is showing.
Drum roll, please.
There we go. Can you guys see my screen? Can you see my screen? Okay. So I want to start out with this quote from legendary investor Warren Buffett, the Oracle of Omaha. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. Now, I wanted to share this quote because what we're going to talk about here is something that will help you do just that, make money while you sleep. Okay. And that was something that I was looking for a long time, even before Tammy and I met. I was looking for a way to supplement at the time, and this goes back to 1998. So my passive income journey pretty much started in 1998. I was painting pictures for a living. I was a freelance illustrator. I had gotten out of art school in 1993, started my freelance art business. I was like a Norman Rockwell, painting pictures like this for a living. I had clients all over the US and had a couple agents that were getting me work. And I was always busy. And that's the problem. I was always busy. I didn't have any free time. I was hunched over a drafting table for sometimes 12, 15 hours a day, sometimes 7 days a week just to make client deadlines. And after about 5 years of that, I just got to a place where I was burned out. I loved what I was doing as far as the work was concerned, but I didn't like the routine. I didn't like the business side of art because of the deadlines and the pressure. And, if I wasn't working, I wasn't making money. I didn't have anything that was coming in passively. I didn't have leverage. And this is one of those things, around that time, about 1997, 98 is when I first got my hands on Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and then subsequently the Cash Flow Quadrant. But Rich Dad, Poor Dad really, it struck a nerve with me, and it was a kind of a major pivot point for me, because it was at that point that I realized, okay, I have my own business, but my business owns me. I didn't actually own a business because I was a slave to my business. And I couldn't like step away from it and have it continue on and generate income if I wasn't working. And so I was looking for ways to be able to divorce my time from my income. What I was missing, really, what it comes down to, is I was missing leverage. That was the missing ingredient. And so I'm like, okay, how can I find leverage? And a friend of mine at the time, he introduced me to internet marketing, and I knew nothing about it. I just knew that I was open at that point to do something on the side part-time that I could use to supplement my art income, because my freelance art business was always up and down. I had, it was kind of feast or famine. So some months I'd be getting all these checks in that for projects that I did a couple months earlier. And then other months I was just like scrimping by, waiting for those checks to come, right, from clients. And so it just got to a point where it was like a breaking point for me. And I was like, I know I need to do something different. I just didn't know what that was. And so I turned to the internet. And back then, this was the Wild West. This was 1998. There was no YouTube. There's no social media. I think at the time, we did have streaming audio, but that was about it. There was no video streaming, nothing. MySpace didn't exist at that point. And I was not a non-techie guy, so I didn't know anything about building web pages back then. They were kind of clunky at the time. There wasn't a lot of WYSIWYG, like what you see is what you get type of website editors. So to make a long story short, I struggled for probably the first 3 years trying to figure out this internet marketing stuff. And I tried network marketing and trying to adapt network marketing to internet marketing, and I got into affiliate marketing. And there was no real gurus out there at the time. You know, there was a lot of guys that were trying different things, but I didn't have like a mentor. I didn't find a mentor until years later. And so I had to kind of do a lot of trial and error and figure things out. But I saw the internet as like a blank canvas. As an artist, I was able to kind of channel that creativity into something else online. And like Tammy was talking about, the attraction marketing, which is, you know, it's commonly known now, but back then, this is year 2000. All I did was I put up a simple web page with some photos of me and my wife. I told my story in written text version. And then I talked about the business opportunity at the time that I was promoting and why I joined it. And I said, okay, if you want to join, here you go. And click a link. If you have any questions, give me a call. And so back then, I was buying leads from a lead and training company. And we were mostly just trying to cold call back then. This was kind of the beginning of email marketing. And I started emailing my leads and started to drive the traffic to my personal webpage. I wasn't even using capture pages back then. I just had an email list and we had no spam filter. So I just like everything went through and got delivered. And I started having people not only join me in that opportunity automatically, like not even talking to me first, which just blew me away. But they would call me and they felt like they knew me because I was just kind of sharing my story online and it was happening in an automated way. And that kind of led me to my first six-figure year with high ticket programs in 2001. So around that time, I was starting to make some good money and I'm like, okay, well, how can I maybe leverage that money, that cash flow and have it multiply? And I got interested in investing and things of that sort. But I wasn't really crazy about the traditional investing world back then because the idea of, you know, making 5 to 7, 8%, 10% a year in a 401k just wasn't appealing because I knew it was going to take me like 10, 15 years just to double my money. So I started looking online for high yield investment programs, passive income programs. And some of you guys were probably familiar with these because they're the same type of programs that are still going on today and rug pulling people and scamming people. They're the ones that, you're investing your crypto. Usually it's crypto now. Back then we were using like Solid Trust Pay or some other digital currencies, sometimes PayPal, but now it's crypto, and they're saying, oh yeah, we're going to pay you 3% a day or 6% a day or whatever. And just so many people get burned in those programs. And I was doing it back then. This is like 2003-ish when I started getting into, we had auto serve programs back there where you watch a certain amount of websites that cycle through and you get paid a certain percentage on a daily profit passively.
I remember those.
It was a little bit of work, but it wasn't 100% profit, but those things lasted sometimes a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of my first taste. But then, I invested in a number of different opportunities that either got shut down by the government for whatever reason, or they just scammed people and disappeared with everybody's money. And all told, I probably lost over, I don't know, 100 grand easy back then, which was a lot of money for me back then, because even though I was making great money at the time, I wanted to grow it into something else passively. And so I just got to the point where I was so sick and tired of getting burned with these programs, these passive programs. And a lot of them were saying, oh, we're making money in Forex. And I'm like, what is this Forex stuff? And I come to find out that it's a foreign exchange, which is the largest financial market in the world that most people don't know exists, even though if you go to Europe or some other foreign country, you need to exchange dollars for euros, for instance. My wife's Italian. We go back to Europe quite often. And so we always need to get some euros at the airport. And so that is the foreign exchange. And basically there's, since 1997, there is a platform called the MetaTrader 4 platform that you could actually download to your PC computer. It doesn't work on Macs, but it works on PCs. And you could actually trade the foreign exchange market. You could trade currency pairs, you can trade indices, you can trade gold, you can even trade cryptocurrencies from this one platform. But what got me really excited was not the idea of manual trading. I had no desire to stare at charts for hours on end or wake up at all hours of the morning just to catch some trades and then get emotionally invested in all of it. What I did like was around 2006 is when these Forex robots, trading robots, automated robots started to become very popular. They became all the rage back then. And again, I knew nothing about trading. I knew nothing about Forex or the markets. I just knew that I was looking for a legitimate, transparent vehicle that I could passively generate or multiply my income. Okay, take a chunk of discretionary capital that was risk capital that wasn't gonna, if it was lost in the market, it wasn't gonna, negatively impact my lifestyle. But that I didn't have to worry about getting rugged. I didn't have to worry about somebody stealing my money, something where it was just me and the market and my broker account and the bots doing the trading. And so I'm going to just kind of fast forward a number of years. So this was 2006. I ended up losing over six figures with a bunch of robots. Probably at this point, I've bought and tested about 300 commercial Forex robots. Okay, it's a lot of money spent and a lot of money down the drain, because most of them, 99% of them, they would make money for a short time, but then they would lose money and they would blow up my accounts. And the challenge was I knew nothing about trading, but I was looking for something that was completely hands-off and automated. And so I didn't understand why I was losing money with these bots until later on, until I actually learned and forced myself to learn how to trade. And it just got to a point, like if I came back to the industry, I kind of took a hiatus from that type of vehicle, and then came back about 4 or 5 years later, or 4 or 5 years ago. And there was a number of network marketing companies that were offering trading bots, and you pay like anywhere from $150 to $200 per month to license their bot technology. And it turns out that some of those were decent bots, but then something would happen in the market, a black swan event or whatever, and then I'd blow my account again. And I just got tired of the same thing happening over and over again. But I still knew that there was some merit to bots. And so I just decided to bite the bullet about 3-4 years ago. That was about 3 years ago. And I said, okay, I know what kind of bots have a higher probability for success. It's just a matter of, okay, do I want to bite the bullet and actually design my own, develop my own? I didn't know anything about coding or anything, so I just happened to meet a guy. He actually lives near me here in California. He's an Italian PhD chemistry student, but he loves coding and he loves trading and loves automation. He loves leveraged passive cash flow. So I was able to hire him to do all the coding for my bot. Now we have 2 bots. I have another bot that's in development. But I launched my first bot about 2.5 years ago, about 2.5 years ago to the retail market. And it is still going to this day. And I love it because the vast majority of my clients, which is now close to 400, the vast majority of them had no experience with trading. They don't want to trade at all themselves. They don't want to have to deal with the emotional side of trading themselves, but they do like the idea of having a automated money machine that's printing money for them literally daily. And that's really the fun part here, is where these bots can actually make you money on autopilot and nobody can ever take it away from you. So in a sense, you own the money machine. And so that's kind of brought me up to where we are today. And, Tammy and I recently reconnected, got involved in GFF because I'm a big believer in multiple streams of income. Got to have some active income coming in for cash flow, and then take a portion of that active income from a job or a business and leverage that into passive income. And so I like the idea of being able to not only double my money, but double my money in 6 months to a year. Okay. And that's what we're talking about here is not waiting 10 years to be able to double your money.
Right.
There's a big difference. And obviously, I'm not talking about a conservative mutual fund or something that is a risk-free investment. There is risk involved. The Forex market is a very volatile market, just like crypto is. But to me, if there's proper risk management in place, and that's really what I built into my bots. And I'm going to just show you a quick demonstration. I think it's easier to kind of see a visual because it is an intangible software, and just show everybody here tonight what it actually does, how it actually makes money by trading the markets automatically. And every morning it's fun because I get to wake up, either check my phone or check my computer and see how much the bots have made in my accounts overnight while I was sleeping.
Who doesn't want that?
I know. It's like, it seems like a fantasy, but it's real. And, this is something that is real. It's something that has longevity. Again, nobody can take it away from you. So let me just, this is just a short video just to show, these candlesticks represent the exchange rate between like the euro and the dollar. Okay. So when the euro is going up in value, you're going to see the green candlesticks. And when it's going down against the dollar and the dollar becomes stronger, it goes down. But what I want you to pay attention to is there's these green dashed lines that are horizontal, and there's these red dashed lines that are horizontal. The green lines represents trades that the bot automatically places. So I'm not placing any of these. I'm not touching it. And then the red lines are what we call the take profit lines. And these lines are basically the area where the price has to move in order for the bot to close out that trade and take the profit, basically bank the profit. And it will display the profit. So these little display tags here, you see, it'll show what the profit was in dollars every time it actually closes trades. And then again, this is happening 100% autopilot, not touching it once it's set up. And that's something that I actually do for all my clients. I install everything for them. So you don't have to know a thing about trading or bots or anything. Everything is very, very hands-off and turnkey for the end user. And so let me just play this real quick and we'll take a look. And this is kind of sped up. These are usually like 15-minute candlesticks. So each one represents about 15-minute time frame. You see how the price is moving in different directions. The thing is, we don't know which direction the price is going to move. I don't have a crystal ball. Nobody really does. It's more of like there's a higher probability that it could go this way or that way. But the cool thing is I don't care because the bot will take both sides of the market.
Mm-hmm.
So price will eventually, it's like an oscillating, it's an oscillating market. So it's like a slingshot. And I kind of use this as an example. Eventually it's going to reverse and get us out. So you see that it's coming down to that red dash line, boom. And that was a big payday there. So it's dollar cost averaging. It's actually placing multiple trades. Yeah, that was a big payday. So the more trades that it gets involved in, and let's say if the market goes against those initial positions, the more it loads up on inventory. It's kind of like, and this is just a demo of what it's actually doing on the chart. Again, this is all happening on autopilot behind the scenes, but it's basically like buying real estate properties. It's loading up on inventory.
Yep.
So anyway, so that's what it's doing, and it's doing this pretty much around the clock, 24/5. The Forex market, unlike the stock market, is open Sunday afternoon through Friday afternoon, and it doesn't close until Friday afternoon. And the cool thing is, it's like if the stock market right now is about $4.2 billion a day in trade volume, Forex is 6.6 trillion. So it's a huge, huge market, which means you never have to worry about not getting the profit taken when it's supposed to, when the bot closes out the trades. So
it's like unlimited almost.
Yeah. I mean, it's huge. It's a huge pool. Like even $1 million account in Forex is like a drop of water in the ocean. That's how minuscule it is. So you can get started. I mean, you can trade an account. The bots typically trade accounts as little as about $1,000, I would say, is the safe minimum. And I have a lot of safety features built in, which you're not seeing here, but it's got like news filters, there's equity protectors, there's stop losses in every trade. So there are things in place to manage risk. And I think that was what was really missing with the other bots that I had purchased and had, really didn't work for me, just flat out didn't work for me.
Same here. So, I blew out like a $7,500 account or something like that.
Yeah, it was some other third-party bot, I remember.
Yep, I told you about it.
So you had a taste of that.
When we connected again, and you're like, yeah, I've been like doing this for, I'm like, wow, I need this for GFF. And you're like, yeah, I was going to talk to you about GFF. So it's like,
it's kind of
like, that synergy happening again.
And it is synergistic because this is like taking whatever discretionary active cash flow from either a business or a job or a GFF, for instance, and putting that to work for you so that it's actually multiplying your money while you're out living life, doing other things.
Yeah.
I do have some, we talked about results, and I do have some third-party verified results to look at and to kind of show you guys, just to show you that I'm not just, making this stuff up. When I can say that, the bot can do on average, conservatively, about 2 to 3% a month, conservatively. It can do as high as 20 to 25% per month on more aggressive settings. I typically set them up with more kind of conservative to moderate settings. Moderate settings will do an average of about 5 to 7% a month. And if you were to compound, even if, let's say you could do 6% a month, you compound that over a year, that's 100% a year. It's doubling your money, whatever that is. And it's infinitely scalable. So whether that's 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, I have clients. I'm going to show you 2 accounts here that are about a little over $90,000 each. Okay. Live accounts, real money that's being traded right now. And so sky's the limit. It's infinitely scalable.
Yeah.
So let me just move over here.
Brad, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying I was talking to Brad in private, and I'm just like, well, I want my daughter to have one. I want my son to have one. So we're like doing a family thing here.
Yeah, and I do offer a family license. So anybody that's in the immediate family, it's unlimited usage, and we'll talk about kind of a special that Tammy and I had come up with for you guys that are interested in this. But this is my passion. This is my main primary business. I haven't worked for anybody in about 30 years. After I got out of art school, I started freelancing, and it's been 25 years now online. Again, I cut my teeth on affiliate marketing, internet marketing.
Yep.
And then eventually decided, okay, I created my own products. And then I'm like, okay, how can I generate passive cash flow, like true passive income, not the kind that a lot of the gurus talk about, where they say, oh, you got to, start this side hustle and you can generate passive income. Well, there's nothing passive about that. It's
No.
not really passive income if you have to work for it. So
Correct.
my definition is it's coming in on autopilot. You're not having to lift a finger to actually generate this income. Okay. That's passive income in my book. So this is you can see this right now is a $6,100 account. It's a client account, started trading. I don't have any records going back to, at least verified records going back before June, because our main broker that all my clients use, they switched their live server data feed back around May, June. So we lost all the previous data. So everything starts from around June and above. But I can tell you the previous results were just as consistent in what you're seeing right now. Now this client, and this is MyFX book. So this is like it's a third-party account verification system or platform. It's kind of like the Dun & Bradstreet for Forex systems, where I actually have to supply the account number and password, the investor number for the verification. So when you see that the track record here, these are verified, this stuff can't be faked. So this is not just numbers on the screen. This is actually what's happening in the account in real time, and it can't be fake. So we can see this is a real account, not fake money account. Otherwise, it would say a demo. Okay. And this one so far, since the end of June, has done a little over 14%. And again, these are conservative settings. So obviously, if the client wanted to go more aggressive, we could do that. And I work with each client individually based on whatever their risk appetite is. So you can go as conservative as you want to go. You can go as aggressive you want to go. But I do caution anybody that wants to go aggressive, like super aggressive, that there are certain things that you have to have in place or certain things that you need to know. But that's all covered, when I engage with clients directly, because I do private Zooms with clients, and we discuss all this stuff. But that's one account. Here's another account. This one's currently a little over $2,000. It's made 17.5% since the end of July. And you can see, it's a pretty smooth equity curve. This is all profit, okay? You don't want to see something that's super, super jagged, up and down, or, heading down to in the negative. So
Right.
that's definitely not something that we want to see there. Let's see, here's another one. So this is, again, a little bit over $2,000 account. It's made 18.5% since the beginning of June. And again, very smooth equity curve, very little drawdown. So this number here, this is a very important statistic. This drawdown basically means how much did the account have to go in the negative before it was, able to make these profits. So what this is saying that it dipped down in the negative floating equity. It's not a realized loss, but floating equity. It's just like in the early days of Amazon. If you bought Amazon stock in the early days, it dipped. It went into a drawdown as much as 90% in the negative. So almost 6% is nothing. It's basically, again, it's loading up on inventory. When the market goes against the original positions that the bot places, it's loading up on inventory and it's drawing down. So it's going in a negative for a small amount of time. And then once things shift, it gets into profit, closes out that profit, and it starts the whole process over again. And it can do this multiple times per day. So, and again, it's just doing this behind the scenes on autopilot. Now, here's a larger account. This one's currently $85,000. Again, a real account. Okay. And this one, again, he wanted really conservative settings. So this one is done since the beginning of June, about a little over 10.5%. And then the max drawdown has been 10%. He actually just recently increased the position size. I helped him with that. And so now, he's on track to do more profit now that he's had a number of months just to kind of evaluate it and get comfortable with the way that the bot trades. Again, he hasn't touched it at all. He doesn't know anything about Forex trading. He's just letting the bot do its thing. Complete autopilot. Okay. Here's another account. There's another
That's
client
exciting
account.
right there. I don't know who can't sleep tonight, but it won't be me.
To
Think
me,
about
I,
that.
I
Like,
still get excited about this because
yeah,
it's like Christmas every morning.
$10,000 on that account right there. I just saw. Basically.
Yeah, so this is so far in this account, we just started trading about let's see, it was really about 3 weeks ago on this account. He had done some original trading on it himself with some other bot and wasn't really happy with it. So,
Mhm.
we connected and I set up the account for him. And so far, since I've been doing it with my bot on this account, it's been up a little, almost 10% in the last probably 3 weeks. And that is real. That right there is real profit that you can take to the bank. That is withdrawable, liquid. That's one thing I love about Forex. Whatever isn't in trade in your account is liquid, meaning you don't have to wait months or weeks or whatever to be able to get access to your money again.
Yeah.
You can have it in your crypto wallet or wherever you want to send it within
You
a
can
matter
take
of
it
48
in and
hours
out
or
of
less.
crypto. Yep.
Yeah, so you can fund your broker account with crypto, Bitcoin, USDT, Litecoin, Ethereum,
Okay.
or bank wires. But a lot of clients they love to use crypto because when they withdraw their profits back out in, let's say, Bitcoin, and let's say they want to grow their Bitcoin portfolio and accumulate more crypto, they withdraw their profits. So let's say they made 10% on their account in a matter of a couple months, maybe a month, if it was a good month.
Yeah.
And they withdrew that profit in Bitcoin. And let's say in the next year, that Bitcoin went up and doubled in value. Well, they just doubled their return without doing any extra work.
Huh.
They wouldn't have that capital appreciation or that potential if they just withdrew to either USDT, which is a stable coin pegged to the dollar, or if they withdrew to a bank wire.
Yeah.
There's no upside potential if you use fiat. So that's why I love, for me, it's like I'm able to because I've been into crypto since like 2013.
Yeah.
And so it's a way for me to take the profits that the bot accounts make and be able to leverage that into even more gains passively just by leaving it sit in my crypto wallets and let obviously Bitcoin goes through and all the other cryptocurrencies that are worthwhile, the top 10, they go through their ups and downs, but it's an upward trajectory. And, next May, we have the Bitcoin halving event, which happens every 4 years. And that is probably going to be the start of the next bull run, at least from what I know and have seen and witnessed over the last several years.
Right.
So it's a good time to accumulate right now before that happens, before Bitcoin goes to 100,000 plus, which it will eventually. We just don't know when.
Right.
But that's what this kind of vehicle can be used for, in addition to just generate passive cash flow that you can live off of. I mean, I have clients that use the profits to go out to dinner, take their spouses out to dinner, travel, pay bills with. So this is real money that you can withdraw and use for your day-to-day life and enjoy. So that's one account. This is currently almost 96,000. And then here's another one that is currently 92,000. And this one's been trading for a week and a half with my bot, and it's made this amount. So almost 4,500, which is about 5% growth on that account. And you can see it started about right here. And then, we're off to the races, so to speak. So not sure if anybody has any questions, but I'm happy to stay on as long as we need to, Tammy and Rob, as much as we need to. I know we talked about the special bonus, and this is really the idea came about with the whole inner circle, which I really love. And I'm like, wow, let's do something. Let's put something together for this whole, to kind of kick off this inner circle. So I can talk about that if you want, like what we came up with, or I'll let you, maybe talk about, this is going to be for anybody at the supreme level. So the 1K level, that would get access to a discounted, I retail my bot, and I do have a second bot that's been in beta that is actually trading on this account that we're seeing right now. So extremely profitable. My second one, it's kind of like, giving birth. This is my second baby. And I'm constantly I geek out on this stuff. So I'm like trying to always behind the scenes get better and better results with less risk. And so when somebody becomes a client of mine, they get access to lifetime updates. unlimited updates. You can use these bots on unlimited accounts. So a lot of bot vendors, they charge per account. You have to pay like usually $100 to $200 a month, and you never actually get to own the software. So what I like to do is just, it's a one-time payment, and you own the software for life. So there's no other monthly fees except for maybe a VPS, which is like a server in the cloud to host the actual bots on,
Right.
While they're trading. So, but yeah, we talked about doing something special for the GFF crew, GFF members at the Supreme level. And I thought long and hard about this. I'm like, okay, well, yes, I can give a significant discount, and we're talking 50% off of what I normally retail my bot for to the retail public, people that, are not part of GFF at all, not friends of ours, just the general public, people that find my sales page out there on their own randomly or through advertising. But I wanted to kind of take things to the next level. And so, and I love, and I know Tammy does too, and I know Rob does too, we love rewarding people for taking action. And so I kind of came up with this idea for a fast action bonus, that anybody that either becomes a Supreme member, 1K member in GFF between now and Friday afternoon or Friday at midnight, or is a current Supreme member or wants to upgrade, I will offer not only my flagship bot, the first one that's been out there for now over 2 years. I'm offering the lifetime license to that bot, plus I'm going to throw in my new bot, which is not even available to the public yet. It's still in beta, but it's a workable version. I will throw in the second bot for a one-time fee of $9.97. And that is basically, there's no extra fees, $9.97 one time, and you get 2 bots for the price of 1. And again, lifetime support, lifetime access to me and license. I do spend a lot of quality time with each of my clients to make sure that they're getting the results that they want. Mm-hmm. So this isn't one of those things where you just buy a piece of software and then you're off on your own and you're left out in the cold. I actually will hold your hand if needed. I have step-by-step instructions where I have you basically just fill out a couple things, get a broker account, which is really easy to do. And then I will take care of the entire installation. So I take care of all the techie stuff, like loading the software, installing the actual trading platform in the cloud. And I show you how to just basically drive the self-driving Tesla. Just monitor the account, make withdrawals whenever you want, typically every couple of weeks or so. And it's a very kind of personalized concierge type of service. It's not something where I'm looking to sell to the masses. I'd prefer to work with a smaller group of quality clients that understand the power and the value of having something that could literally generate passive income while they're sleeping, while they're on vacation, while they're just living life out and about doing their thing in the background, and something that could work for potentially years to come that nobody can take away from you.
That's amazing.
That was really my goal, when I set out to go the development route, because again, I avoided it. I was buying all these different bots from other vendors, trying to make something work. And a lot of them had some really good things that I liked about them, but they would be missing 1 or 2 parameters or missing, a couple things for safety that I felt was important. And so I took everything I learned about what works, the best things about the bots that worked, and I incorporated additional safety features. Because a trading mentor of mine taught me a long time ago, it's not how much you make, it's how much you don't lose that counts. Right. So it's about staying in the game and winning the long game, because in Forex trading, it's a zero-sum game. For us to win, somebody else on the other side has to lose. And I can guarantee you that the big banks and the hedge funds and the big money managers, we call them the market makers, they don't lose. They're the ones that really control the market. So we're like little minnows, and they're the big whales, and we're like skimming some good stuff off the top. But when they splash their tail and they make the market move, it's important to have some risk settings in place, just in case, in case of black swan events and that kind of stuff that happens. So I've incorporated all of that stuff into both of my bots to be able to just give clients the best opportunity. I mean, I can never guarantee that the bots are going to make the same amount every single month. It's just not, there's no such thing as that. I mean, it says this is investing. And so in speculative investing and trading, we get whatever the market gives us, right? And there's risk involved. But to me, the risk is not taking risk in the first place, especially since if you got money in a bank account, it's eroding. It's just slowly eroding away.
Right.
And inflation right now, I mean, you need to make at least 6% a year just to keep up with inflation, just to actually tread water.
Yeah.
So if you're not making at least 5-6% a year on your investments, even your conservative investments in like a stock portfolio, whatever, then you're actually losing money. Your money is slowly eroding. So this is a way to take a small portion. This is not something where you'd gamble. You'd take your whole nest egg and you put it in the Forex market. I'm not saying that at all. This is a small portion, something that you would use for alternative investments. And it can be, like I said, as little as $1,000. And it's infinitely scalable. I have clients with 6-figure accounts. So to be able, the only thing that changes, the percentage don't change when you scale up, but the dollar amounts, actually profits in dollars is what scales up. So,
yep. So
anyways, I'm done with my spiel. Any questions, I'm happy to answer them. I'm going to just stop
I'll go ahead and
here.
end the recording too, so we can just get everybody's questions answered. Let's see, where is it? Stop recording.